Learning the story of Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani and Maulana Shah Naqshband, how do we handle the high expectations?
It's not so much that you expect high expectation, that if you thought yourself high of yourself, like, oh, I must be reaching very high stations. The shaykhs will throw out these talks and these realities that to humble people that think they're progressing and think very highly of themselves, of achieving and achieving and achieving. And then they're showing that in one example the shaykh is throwing him off a cliff, he pushed him. And think in your life how many times you've been pushed, not even over a cliff, just pushed to your limit, in which you didn't want to do the service, you didn't like the advice, you didn't like the teaching, how much you complained, how much you got angry. And then watch that all his shaykhs are watching you. And all those shaykhs in their diwan and in their associations they're all grading and saying, no way, no way, no way, no way, doesn't meet any of our criteria. So people have to be aware of this world of light. If you think the shaykh is like a bozo, doesn't know anything, doesn't see anything, you have to imagine that he has 40 huge grand shaykhs that they're not, and they have many gifts. So whatever interaction, those grand shaykhs are watching. So that comes from belief. All the grand shaykhs are watching, they watch every interaction. They're the ones giving the criteria that this one is passing or this one is not passing. And this one, well, we'll deal with them in the grave and we'll teach them in the grave, they're not going to make it on this world. So that's the criteria they want to put out there, that don't think you're like fooling a shaykh. There's 40 huge shaykhs behind that you're not fooling, and there's Sayyidina Muhammad absolutely you're fooling, and now is Sayyidina Mahdi zuhur in this dunya, nobody's fooling. So when we have that consciousness, that's why Allah taqullah, have a taqwa. If you believe Allah is seeing, and then Allah has given the angels they can see, Allah gave shaitan he can see, well of course then awliya and pious people they can see. They see the actions of people and then they begin to give the criteria. Although those are sinful things they can make tawbah, but these no, 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 no. These characteristics are not righteous characteristics, these behaviors are not. That's why they give the teaching, is to humble people whom think they're maybe very high and they're reaching to areas, and then to humble and say that you haven't been tested like this, and you'll be put in a difficulty. And to see how you come out of this difficulty, you lose all hope in tariqah, you lose all hope in the shaykhs, you lose all hope in the Divinely Presence, or you became stronger from it. So there are continuous tests in life in which to see, are you keep going or you're giving up? If you're giving up then it's time to check out. If you're somebody who's not going to give up, then you're going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, and know they're going to keep testing you to see if you want to go. So it's not an easy path, especially this, because the reward is for eternity. The reward is immense for all of eternity when they achieve these rewards. So that's the huge gift. It's not for 10 years, 20 years or 30 years and then you retire. It's for all of eternity to reach these goals and these stations and this nearness to Allah and the nearness to the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. That's why then khuluq, your character, straight up forward and good, with good and sincere mannerisms, and then know that we'll be continuously tested. So that's why they give those types of examples, that and those were very, very tough types of testing, that they continuously tested the students to see how much they would persevere and how much patience they would have, and that way their faith would go into such a deep crevice of their reality that would determine the quality of their reality, that they're like diamonds, rubies, they're precious to Allah. But if that coal it only becomes a diamond under extreme heat. So it means you have to be cooked at a very high heat for your carbon element to become a diamond. Diamonds are not made easily, now they make them artificially but under intense pressure and heat. Well Allah is then saying, I want diamonds, not coal, not charcoal. Charcoal you burn them, you use them to make fire. So he'll have things that have been made to make fire, but when he wants is a diamond, rubies, gems, emeralds, those require a lot of heat and pressure, heat and pressure. So that's what brings out rijal, is that they're continuously under testing, inshaAllah.